The conventional approach to church media is probably not the best fit for your church, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this part of our series. Welcome to Church Media HQ, your church's one source for graphics, websites, videos, and all things creative. My name is Luke Clayton, and thanks so much for joining me today. Now, before we start, I want to remind you, make sure you're subscribed so that you're the first to know when we drop new content just like this. So this conventional approach to church media, what are we talking about? Well, there's really several mistakes, if you will, that most churches make at some point when it comes to their media that kind of make up this conventional approach. The first mistake is that they look to hire a full-time media professional or maybe even a team that's in-house and handles their graphics, video, website, and live stream. I've done an entire series on the best approach to hiring a creative for your church. We talk about all the potential downfalls that come along with having somebody in-house. And what we cover is that unless your church is in the less than 1%, that's a true mega church and that it's running more than 2,000 people regularly attending, you're not going to ever need a media team or even one full-time in-house media or creative professional. Check the link in the description. You can watch that full series there. And but for now, just know that looking to hire, if that's your aspirations, if that's what you're looking to do, maybe dial that back. Hiring that full-time in-house guy is no longer a necessity. And in fact, in many cases, it does more harm than good. Check out that series if you want to learn more about this concept. Another thing that I see churches doing is they are just spending way too much on advertisement that doesn't work. I see this both on digital advertisement, digital marketing, as well as stuff like print. For example, on the print side of things, I'll see churches, paying a lot of money to send out massive mailers to their community, bulk mail, or to print off, things that printing is expensive, so printing off, a bunch of too many flyers or handouts or whatever that may be. There's a place for print. And again, this is all stuff that we will address at some point. But spending too much, a lot of times that's something that's tangible. You can see it, you can hold it. And so you're tempted to say, oh yeah, I'll just buy it. That way I don't know, something about seeing the print, seeing that thing come in the mail, seeing those handouts, shipped to you or there that you can take and hand out to your community. It makes you feel like you're doing something. But a lot of times, if you're doing it in a way that's not wise, then you're not really going to see a lot of return on investment. But I also see it digitally. It's very easy. Facebook makes it very easy to boost your post or to buy ads from them or buy ads from Google. And the truth is that unless you really know what you're doing when it comes to these digital advertisements, in most cases, you're just throwing away money and you're not going to see much return on that investment. So spending too much there. And speaking of making the wrong investment, making poor purchases, I see this very often when it comes to equipment in terms of audio visual cameras and live stream. A lot of this gear has gotten a lot more affordable in recent years. The problem is that in order to make it affordable, many times manufacturers are quite honestly making stuff that's just really low quality. And in the case of live stream in particular, this causes churches to be broadcasting pretty poor quality live stream. And I know I'm talking to many churches that you might be in this boat. Again, I've done a full series on this called A Better Way to Do Church Online. You can see the link to watch that. And we're also going to circle back and touch again on this later in this series, but you can check out that content about a better way to do church online, where we talk about all the downfalls of live stream and actually a more effective way to have a effective digital presence with your church. So going back to that first mistake, though, you said, well, wait, what if I've already hired a staff member for media? I've already got a guy in-house to do this. Well, truth is, they're probably going to be relieved to know that help is on the way, because by being connected with us here, we're going to be able to help them excel at their job. In fact, I would encourage you, share this content with them, make sure that they have access to this series and what we're providing here at Church Media HQ so that they can follow along and they can learn and we can help them. And so that is the conventional approach. Our approach is different. Our approach allows you to basically start for nothing and scale up with your budget. And again, it tends to require much less time, energy, and attention. And we'll continue to dive in that as we move through this series. But what can you do right now? What can your church do right now? Again, something that's going to cost you nothing, but maybe a little bit of your time. Well, that is this. It's, again, not a very hard step. You need to sign up for our free 90-day media and marketing plan for your church right there at churchmediahq.com/start. With this, you just take a few minutes to provide a little bit of information about what your church has coming up. And then our team takes that and we develop a 90-day plan that says, here's what we can do for your church or what you can do for your church yourself. You can run with the plan yourself, whether you hire us to do it or not. Doesn't really matter to us. We just want you to succeed in that area. But in speaking of what we could do for you here at Church Media HQ, well, beyond that 90-day plan, it's going to give you a taste of what it would be like if we were to work with your church. We'll show you, here's what we would do for the first 90 days. And again, if you want to do it and take it and execute that plan yourself, go for it. Again, we just want you to succeed. But if you like what you see and you want to hire our team to help you bring that plan to reality and actually execute on it, then take a look again at our memberships from Church Media HQ. See what we have to offer and start thinking about the one that might be a good fit for you. My team and I would love nothing more than to serve your church in this way. So again, be sure to check everything out there at churchmediahq.com/start. Learn more about everything that we've discussed here. Now, we're going to look into, next time rather, we're going to look into how to simplify what your church does, which is going to therefore streamline your overall approach to media and marketing. Most churches are really overcomplicating what they do. By simplifying that, you're going to streamline what you actually have to do in terms of media and marketing. And again, it's going to be much more effective. We are your church's one source for graphics, websites, videos, and all things creative. And I look forward to seeing you next time right here on Church Media HQ.